Why, hello everybody, it is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve OMI Veecon update video. Guys, if new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say, where's Dashi? Where is he? So Dashi will be back on Sunday evening. I know y'all are waiting for Dashi's return. I don't know why my hair is doing that. So, continuing coverage from Veecon, I will go over that in a little bit, but first, a little bit about the OMI. Nasdaq was down about 0.3% today. OMI was up over 1%. Bitcoin down over 3%. So for the fourth day in a row, OMI has outperformed the markets, outperformed Nasdaq, S&P 500, and Bitcoin for the fourth day in a row. Anyway, just some exciting news on how it continues to do that. A lot of people try to peg it to different things, but it is kind of, I think, its own beast, even within its closed circuit system. We have had some renegade listings recently with cryptomat.io, and the other one was that Bit2Me, that was the Spanish one, and thinking that might help a little bit with liquidity. Even if it's not, even if it is something that has zero impact for right now until they do marketing, I think that is something that will pay dividends well in the future. Speaking of dividends and stuff like that, there's been a lot of staking going on with the Sendex, but I've decided right now to not stake with the Sendex, and this is just full disclosure. I have zero proof of this at all, or I have proof of one thing. Brock McBlockchain said that he is not staking. I think that, and this is where the speculation comes in, I think that he is not staking because he's waiting for Veve staking, and the Veve staking might have benefits that are greater than 10% APY. Now, Chavez, I thought they couldn't give you APYs without making them security. You're right, they cannot. But what can they give you? They can give you certain NFTs. They can give you certain, oh, hey, this Dogpool statue that we're getting on the new Marvel Mighties for the Deadpool family, it's got a red cape. What if we give you something with a gray cape to make it a one of one? Or they give you X amount of things. Whatever they give you, exclusive NFTs, limit NFTs, whatever it is, they would have to give you something to stake $50,000 worth and not give APY. So I think, again, speculation, what Brock Blockchain might be thinking is that he could stake a certain amount, and what he's getting might be greater than that 10%. It might be something that, again, the ends might more than justify the means, if I can quote Machiavelli. So, moving on. That Superman, that number 46 Superman, is now, that price has been lowered to 10,000 USDT, or about 20,000 gems. So I figured anyone that wants it, let me know. David Yu, the man, the myth, the legend. Disney did tweet out yesterday or 2 days ago at this point, ready for action, check out the whole crew in Disney and Pixar's Lightyear. See it only in theaters in 1 month. And they put out a picture of Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear, the rest of the crew, including the cat, and David Yu saying light year, like light bulb year, rockets to the moon. So I think we know the reason why we didn't get Buzz Lightyear on that Pixar set with, Woody and a lot of the other Pixar characters is because they were probably going to do something for the movie. Comes out in 1 month, so it will be in June. Unlikely we'll get him in May, but what we do have in May, oh my good golly gosh. So for those of you that don't know, I love Deadpool. I love him. I've cosplayed him as, I don't know, a dozen times. I've actually had a paid cosplay gig as Deadpool. I had one for Bane, but as Deadpool as well. So in all of these, you have the Wade Willson one that's not a first appearance that will probably go, these are $13. Might these go under retail? Maybe. They're cheap. Might as well just get them. Lady Deadpool, aka Wanda Wilson, is someone that I really know and love. That's a first appearance. You have the X-Men Deadpool, which I think should be a first appearance because it is him in that outfit. He does join the X-Men for a little bit, but that is not him. That is not the first appearance. You do have Zombie Deadpool. I thought it was going to be Skullpool, but it's not. It's Zombie Deadpool, and that one is from Earth 2149. So if you get mint number 2149, might be pretty good to hold on to. That's a first appearance. Dogpool, one of my favorites. He's just a homie. So if you get him... Oh, he doesn't even have a cape? Could have sworn he had a cape in the comics. Anyway, they did skip out on Kidpool, which I was kind of happy about. I didn't really like him too much as a character. But again, Dogpool, first appearance. And then Deadpool the Duck, which as I've mentioned before, is kind of a play on Howard the Duck. He's a secret rare. Again, not that, Dogpool is a kind of an original character. Zombie Deadpool, kind of, Deadpool the Duck, again, play on Howard the Duck. I'll still get him. I need him. But, I'm not 100% on board with it. He's one of the guys that might also know Duck Fu as well. Moving on here. At DesignerCon, they gave us a couple of little cool things. Or they didn't give us to us, but they showed some stuff some Pokemon cards, some Pokemon games, some more Pokemon cards. Hey, that one looks familiar. That's how I bought most of my OMI. The Charizard First Edition PSA 10, all of these. Now, I did get a look at some of these comics, and I did talk to a couple of comic book people. They had Ultimate Fallout 4. Obviously, you see like Amazing Fantasy, DC Comics thing. I did mention Hero as well, so Hero peeps, comment down below. Yes, Daredevil #1. And a lot of these guys are that. So these are different than Mr. Pags. Mr. Pags had this idea that when he went to Comic-Con, he said his experience was much harsher. Like, he would talk to them about comic books on the blockchain, and they would like turn their heads down, like, we don't want to talk about it. A lot of these guys at Veecon were like, they weren't like really into it. Like, yeah, I've heard about that. It was something I might get into. They weren't into yet, but they weren't standoffish. They're at Veecon. They're all about NFTs. So I thought that was really interesting. And speaking of which, I'll get to the rest of the program in a second. I had a couple of people that I got recognized for, like, oh my God, Randy Chavez. Like, oh, hi, hello. I'll get to the whales in a second. But yeah, I was like, hi, hello. So that was really fun. But just repping the Veve merch, I was like, oh my God, are you from Veve? Or like, you're Veve? I was like, well, I mean, I cover them. I'm not, I don't necessarily work for them. I do work, and it's for them. But there's no pay. There's no whatever. And they're like, oh my God, I love it. I have these, like one MTL. So, going into it, I was like, well, I don't have any inside information, but what I do know is that they're working like mad on the web platform, and OMI to NFT is one of the biggest things that they have. And why would you go? And again, if there's, for the hardcore people that are all about decentralization, why would you go and say like, yeah, I'm going to fill out KYC and wait? If Hero is any indication of how long we might have to wait, 4 or 5 weeks before you get that payout, why would you fill out KYC if you're against decentralization just to wait 4 to 5 weeks? Why not just go and sell it on Immutable X for OMI, or on the ecosystem for OMI on that Veve app? And, okay, maybe you only get 90%, but you get your money right there and there's no KYC. That is beautiful for so many reasons. People are just going to want to do that just not to do KYC. They're going to do that just because they don't want to wait the 4 to 5 weeks. Again, if our MTL is anything like Heroes. And on top of that, that's just going to create buying pressure for the token. People are going to want to use that token. That token utility, which people are like, oh, well, OMI's utility token, no utility. It's a stable coin. It's okay, well, now it's going to have utility. Like, you can already buy NFTs with it on Immutable X. You can buy hero cards, you can buy other stuff. But now you can buy, you'll be able to buy other things as well, such as Veve NFTs. Cannot wait for that. When do we get it? I don't know. Maybe Q3. We shall see. All right, so there was this guy that said there was a Veve Hive Discord, or I guess was used for trading, said it was hacked again. Escrow agent stole about $50,000 worth of assets. If you know anything about this place, please contact me. So Veve LG responds, wow, I can't believe it. This is why I only use verified accounts like Foster Hilt and Real Randy Chavez as escrow, because this never would have happened. If you need money, if you like, hey, I have an issue and I need money to fix it because rent and whatever, okay, do not use anyone where they can add an escrow mod or whatever. No, like, only use someone that is doxed. Only use some, like, I cannot, again, $50,000, like, that's a large amount of money. Please be careful. So I did get to see and meet Jeremy Pador today. I've had him on the podcast before, but he, being able to go and say he was on the podcast for like 30 seconds at the end there when I was streaming, and he said, oh, I didn't even mention OMI in his thing. But I would think at some point, again, I haven't talked to him. I might be able to see him tomorrow. I'll let you guys know. But it would make sense at some point that we might be able to do a type of NFT that associates with Jazzwares. He's doing that with his Squishmallows and Veecon, doing special Veecon Squishmallows that are going to have V-Friends, I think, about it. Just farted. And if he's going to do that for them, it would make sense that he would do that for Veve as well. Moving on. Brockman Blockchain reports that the current build is experimental. I've begun work on the pay-per-ranked work, as well as the burns, prize pools, daily payouts, and also fair fight settings. There's a lot of stuff in flux. The UI will be updated as I make progress on the functionality, so you'll know what type of match you're creating and joining more easily. Thanks for continuing to make this game great and fun, as awesome as it already is. Again, that is Brockman Blockchain, CEO of the Fish. Gotta love him. Moving on. I saw this thing called Whim today, and it's something that it's like a frame, and you can turn it 360 degrees, and it will always keep that. It's like I think like a raven or a hawk. If a hawk's facing you like this and you move their body, their head stays stationary in the same place. The same thing with these things. I think these guys could partner with Veve, and if you guys are listening, probably partner with these guys. Again, they're called WIM. They plug right into your MetaMask or hopefully just the Veve app at some point, and they can just go and be completely stationary. They could just go and you could put your NFTs on the wall like art. Moving on. This might be a couple hours old right now, but Avengers number 8, Kang, was at like $5,600 today, and a couple hours ago was at 10.4. Literally a 75% increase on that in one day. The floor must have either been really thin or somebody decided to go sweep. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for me today. Guys, comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. It's a free way to help support the channel. And also, non-free ways are joining Patreon and leaving that thanks button down below. I love you all. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.